Hello everyone in YouTube land. This is Wayne coming to you from Wayne's Model World here in Central Florida. It's been a while since we've done a video. We've had a few things go on here. I took a vacation in September. Got back, was only back probably a week, and we got hit by Mr. Ian, the hurricane, come through here. It came right over top of us. We were very fortunate here. I rode it out here in my 41-foot destination trailer, which I live in. Didn't have much damage. We had a lot of rain, probably about 10 inches of rain. I lost an awning off my trailer due to the wind. But other than that, we were pretty fortunate. Hardly no damage here in the park, even though it kind of just passed right over top of us. We did lose about 100 palm trees. Either got uprooted or pushed or leaned over, so they've cut those all, went around, cut all those down, the ones that were leaning and were a hazard, I guess, of falling over. Had about 4 inches of water in my yard and on my patio. Good thing my trailer sits up high on blocks. We had some flooding in the street. The retention pond in the back overflowed. That's what caused our damage. Had a little bit of damage, a little bit of water in my shed, which houses my modeling garage where I would do my modeling, but that's been all cleaned up. Everything's all done. Everything's back to normal. I'm back to working on models again. I did finally finish up the 69 Corvair that I started, seems like way back. I think it's been about a month, maybe 2 months now since I've started this thing. But it's been completed, and it was this, I'm going to go ahead and show you the kit. It was this kit here, the Prestige 1969 Chevy Corvair. This was the kit. If any of you remember, when I got the kit, it did have some damage. The right vent A-pillar assembly was crushed. The roof was pushed down and it was all busted up. And I tried repairing it, which it didn't. I thought I had it. I went ahead and painted it, and then when I went to polish it, it collapsed and broke again. So I had to start all over. I'll explain what I'd done to that a little bit later. That's the kit I started with. Of course, the kit I robbed a lot of parts from was the 1969 Chevy Nova Pro Street. I think I stole the motor and a few other things from this. That's where I actually took the vent A-frame pillar from this kit. I cut it out of this body and grafted it into the original body, which kind of worked out pretty well for me. But I stole a lot of stuff out of this kit. It's a good kit to rob parts out of. I got about 4 or 5 of them. Never built one. Maybe one day I'll build this kit. But I get a lot of parts. There's a lot of great parts you can use on other kits out of that kit. Well, without further ado, I guess we ought to just go ahead and bring the Corvair in here and put her up on the stand. There she is. It's done in a purple and silver. It's a two-tone. The light right now, I'll have to do a little bit of a close-up a little later to show you the actual two-tone, because the glare of the lights are kind of doing away with a two-tone. But this is it. Did a lot of work. As you could tell, it's now a front engine. It's no longer a rear engine car. We actually took the motor from the 66 Nova Pro Street, and that's the motor that's in this vehicle. We had to do a lot of work to make an engine compartment. We had to do a lot of work to make a trunk. We actually took the engine compartment and turned it into an actual working trunk. We'll open the deck lid here. We'll do a little close up. Let me bring her in here. We actually lined it with black felt. And you can tell it's a regular trunk area. It's been lined with. If you can see, it's kind of hard right there. Of course, it has a license plate, which we put on all our cars. There's the little mini magnet. There's the one up there. That's what we use to actually latch the lid down. That holds the trunk lid closed. We removed the lower. This used to have vents down here to let the heat out when it was a rear engine. Of course, we did our jewel tail lights. We did a two-tone on our panel. We carried that right around. Used a stock bumper. I didn't want to go too radical. Right there, there's the two-tone. We two-toned it right down the center. We didn't do top or bottom. We just did a right between the two body lines. We kind of did the two-toning on this. All the chrome, of course, is done in bare metal foil. It's been all bare metal foiled, like I do on most of mine. Up front, we kept the original. I kept the original bumper and headlight assemblies. We did the lower pan. I put parking lights down there. They're actually jewels, and I painted them orange for marker lights. We did make a little grill assembly, a vent assembly, of course, so it could get air to front engine. So you have to have air getting into the rad. We're going to cut the hood, because we had to cut the hood to let the stacks through. We did wire the engine. We wired the engine compartment. Like no rhyme or reason, like I always do. I just wire it. I don't have. We did do some plumbing to the carburetors, as you can see. We're missing the radiator hose. Unfortunately, it fell off this morning when I was cleaning this up to do the presentation, and I said, well, we'll just leave it off. I'll put it back on later. But we did have a radiator hose, but it's no longer there. Of course, it's all wired. This was a lot of work to make this engine compartment, actually to cut the trunk area all out of this, and to make an engine and make a motor supports and things for it. Of course, we got wheels, tires. We got slicks. We got the slicks on the rear. We stole some of the most of this is out of the most of the rear end is out of the rear end and spring work and shocks and the traction bars. They're all out of the Nova Pro Street. Of course, we got a gas tank, which of course that's where the motor would normally come through. We put a gas tank in it. We did some front suspension. We made our own kind of a front suspension we put together for the front end on it. We got the headers coming out, the straight headers coming out the bottom, no exhaust. We chromed all the, which would be bolts, I guess, mounting bolts. We chromed all those. Those have all been chromed. The interior, we put buckets in it, and we two-toned them to match the car. Of course, it's got a stick shift. We didn't put a rear seat in it. We covered in the we black felted it too. The interior is all black felted. We actually put a roll bar. We did a roll bar in this. We did away with the back seat. No back seat. Let's go around the other side. Let's see if we can get a look at the dash. Kind of hard to see the dash in here. I don't have a lot of light here, but we did detail the dash out. Again, you can see the where we put the roll bar, and we covered all the back end with black felt. So it did take some time. It was a lot of more figuring out and engineering how to make an engine cradle and how to cut all this trunk work out, and a lot of fitting, trial and error. Fit this, put this in. We probably had this thing together probably 50 times back and forth, trying to work it out to make it all, look like something, but still be different. This is definitely different, I think. This is what I do. Someday I'm going to learn how to just build them out of the box and have them done in 3 or 4 days. But two-tone. The colors, this is Shuttle Art. Of course, it's acrylic. That's all I use. It's an acrylic purple. I don't even know where I picked this up. I walk through Walmart and different places. I see acrylic paints. I just grab a bunch of colors I think I could use, and that's how I come up with. I get these colors. It's anything I go online and search them down or anything. I just be out walking around in one of the stores. And the silver is a chroma. It's also in a metallic acrylic. I know I ordered this online a long time ago. I got a bunch of these this size. There's a lot of paint. God, I couldn't use this much paint the rest of my life. But this is what we used. That's pretty much it. I don't know what you would classify this. If anybody would think it would just be called a Pro Street, I don't know. I don't know how this would be classified. As if you wanted to give it a class for racing or anything, I don't know. I call it a '69 Corvair with a big motor in it. But that's it. Don't know what we'll be doing next. Haven't even thought about it. Like I said, we went through a bunch of crap here in Florida, and there's some people who are really still going through a lot. Fort Myers really got nailed. I took a ride down that area. It's terrible down there. Those poor people, they just got wiped out. Where I live, it's called Rainbow, but it's what they call Sun Corporation. They own a bunch of them. And the one down Fort Myers isn't even there no more. It got leveled. And they brought some of the people who used to work there are now working in our office here, and a couple of maintenance people they brought up just to keep them busy. But we were like I said, we were very fortunate, and for the minimal damage we had, just to lose an awning and not lose any trailers. No trailers got upset or pulled off their blocks or anything here. Just a lot of tree damage and some roof damage to the one clubhouse, but nothing major. Nobody got hurt. Everybody's safe. So one more time around for this '69 Corvair front engine. So there will be a slideshow following. So with that, this is Wayne. Have a good one. Stay safe. Goodbye.